Hi data people, DA Vincent Loo is in the house, and today I would like to teach you guys everything you need to know about Power BI to get started. Stay tuned.
Connection established.
Power BI is a very powerful visualization tool used by many corporations to do some analysis in their data and gain some insights. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to install Power BI, then we will load some data into the Power BI, and then we'll do some visualization and analysis. After that, I'll teach you guys how to publish your reports as your portfolio so that you can get your job ASAP. Let's get started. So first of all, we'll try to download Power BI in our desktop. So you have to navigate to the Power BI Microsoft web, and link is in the description below. And you just have to press download free. So you'll pop up open Microsoft Store, and here you can press install. Since I already have Power BI in my desktop, so I just have to press open. So after you install, you can straight away press open. So there you have it. After you install Power BI and press open, you'll get this front page. So I'm moving on to teach you guys everything about the interface of the Power BI. Stay tuned. First of all, we'll try to load some data into the Power BI. Now let's try to open this link where it's in the description below, and we want to download this data from this Google Sheets. So right now, press File, Download, and download as Microsoft Excel. So after you download it, you need to press this New Reports. So you'll come up with this front page. So right now, we are trying to import the data from Excel. So let's ignore everything first and get to import the data, and I'll teach you about the interface later on. So press Get Data, Excel Workbook, and you're going to press Device Sales and press Open. After you load the data, it will come up with this navigator. And the device sale have this performance sheet, press tick. And now there's two options. One is load and one is transform data. So if you load the data, it will straight away appear inside Power BI without any transformations. So I would like to transform the data first and do some data cleaning. So let's press transform data. We'll come up with this transform Power Query editor where you can edit your data and do some data cleaning before you load the data into the Power BI. So there you have it. This is how you import the data into the Power BI. So we'll move on to how to transform the data, how to clean up the data, how to do some data enrichment in the next step. So now let's move on to do some data cleaning and do some data enrichment in this Power Query editor. If you can look at this device, I've been tasked to do the analysis for all the devices except for iPhone 15. So I will need to remove iPhone 15 from this data set. All you have to do is press this drop down where you can look at all the available devices in this data and simply untick this iPhone 15 so that you can filter out iPhone 15. So right now, iPhone 15 is removed from this data set, as you can see by scrolling down here. So let's move on to unit sold. So in this unit sold, there's some decimal place where it shows 95.5 units, which it doesn't make sense. So let's change this to whole number. So simply pressing this 1.2, which dictates it is a decimal, we just need to click it and change to whole number. So right now, the data type changed from decimal to whole number. If you look at this right-hand side here, you can see the apply steps. These are the steps that are being applied to our data for it to load inside the Power BI. And you can see first, we do some filtering, which you can see here after change data type. And then you can change the change type of our unit sold right after the filter rows. So it is a step one by one of what you have done to the data. So now let's move on to revenue per device. We can see that revenue per device is in text form where you can see in ABC. So the reason of this text form occurs is because they have the dollar sign here. So first we need to remove this dollar sign for it to change to whole number or decimal. So by simply pressing right click, press the replace values. Here you need to find the dollar sign and replace it with nothing and press OK. So after changing the text, you need to convert this to decimal. So decimal number, and now it's in decimal number, so we can do some data enrichment using this revenue per device. As for the cost per device, it's the same. So we need to right click, replace value, replace the dollar sign with nothing. Then we need to change the data type to decimal number. Right now you have revenue per device and cost per device and units sold. So I would like to do some data arrangement and create a new column to get the revenue, the total revenue with reference to this unit sold and the revenue per device. That's one. And then I would like to know the total cost of the device by times this cost per device with the unit sold. After that, I would try to find the profit, which is the difference between the revenue and the cost. So in order to create a new custom column, all you have to do is press add column, then press custom column. First of all, I will do the revenue, where I can press total revenue as the column name. Then I will try to times the unit sold times revenue per device. So by multiplying units sold with revenue per device, I can get the total revenue. Press OK. So there we have it. You have the total revenue here. So if you look at the numbers, the unit sold 68 times 5, you will get 240. So this is how you get total revenue. And I want to change this to whole number or decimal. Let's change it to decimal number. So now let's move on to total cost. So we're doing the same thing. Custom column, device sold, times cost per device. So this is total cost. And there you have it. Change it to decimal number. And I also want to do a total profit column. So again, custom column. I need to find total revenue minus total cost, and name it as total profit. There you have it, total profit, decimal number. So right now, I would like to add some table where I can get the population of each country. So all you have to do is import a table from a website. So I like to import the data from this Wikipedia page, and the link is in the description below. So all you have to do is press home, new source, web, then you paste the Wikipedia link here, press OK. There you have it, you will have all the data at that web page. I just need to have this list of countries and territories by total population. So now you have all the data here as the next queries, which by its name is a list of countries and territories by total population. I'll double click this and change the name. I'll name it as population. And as you can see, there's a lot of columns here, which I didn't really need it. So I'll right click it and remove. So I'll right click at this first column and remove. Location, I need it. Population, I need it. Percentage of words, I don't need it. Date, I don't need. Source, let's remove them and remove everything else. So now you have location and population, but I don't really need all these countries. So I'll remove all of them and left only the ones that I need. So let's navigate back to the performance and press this drop down. You can see that the country that I have here in this data set is China, Japan, Singapore, United Kingdom, and United States. So let's select only these countries. So let's navigate this to the population, press the drop down, and let's click one by one. There you have it, 5 countries and their respective population. So now we'll try to link these two tables together with a relationship. So all you have to do is press this merge queries, and let's find our table, population, where I will match country with location. Let's ignore this. This is just simple data here. So now you have it. You are matching 455 with 455 rows. So press OK. And now you have this population table here. But I only need population. So let's press this and press population. So there you have it. You have all the populations of each respective country here. So after do this data cleaning, data enrichment, and even doing some table relationships, and you get the data from other tables, you can now press close and apply. So simply pressing this drop down here and press close and apply, then you will load this clean and enriched data to your Power BI. So after loading your data, it will be shown here at this column data, where you have these two tables. So right now, moving forward, I will teach you guys how to do some data visualizations. Now let's learn about the interface of Power BI. So in this top bar here is all the panel. At the home here is where you can select the data source, and then transform data is where what we did just now for data cleaning, data enrichment, and relationship between each tables. Insert, you can insert the visuals where it will be imported to this view here. This is what we call the report view. And the calculations where you can create some new measures with high level analysis, and of course you can publish reports. Then by clicking this insert, this is where you can insert the things that you like new visuals, more visuals, and all the text box, buttons, where we'll touch all this moving forward. And modeling, you can create new columns, new table, and again the new measures. These are the ones that you will always use. And for the views, you can change the theme of your visuals. And this filter, bookmark selections, we will touch it later on in this program. Then, if your Power BI has too much data, you slow down, you want to optimize it and increase the speed. And of course, this is help, where you can ignore this for now. So if you look at the right hand side here, the data, where you can see the two tables that you imported in and their respective column. And this visualization tab, where you can select all the visuals that you want, and then by dragging the columns and the columns here, then you can get your respective visuals, which we will touch on that later. And this is a filter onto visuals, where they want to filter on the visuals, filter on the page, and filter on all pages. This is where you do it. And this left hand side here, right now we are at reports view. If you want to go to the table view, you can click on here, where you can see the tables and the data inside your imported tables. And this is a model view, where you can see the relationship between each tables. DAX you can ignore for now. Let's go back to report view. If you look at here, this is a desktop layout. This is your mobile layout if you want it. And this is your page. So you can create a lot of page for a lot of modules if you have a lot of data that you want to do some analysis on. So overall, these are the interface that you need to know. Now we'll move on to the visualizations, where you can import some beautiful visuals. Let's move on. So I want to have a title for this. By clicking this text box, I want to have device sales. And I want to put it to middle. And I increase the font. And I want to highlight it first, then increase. I want to bold it and I want to put it at middle. So this is the title for the page 1. Right now I want to have a line chart. And I want to see the profits across the year 2019. So I'm going to press profit and press this date here. And then we can see the profit across the year of 2019. So let's place it at top here, where we can see the uptrend to a spike at June. Then we have to see a downtrend and a spike again at October. Then of course at December as well. So this is where we can see the trend of the profit by using this line chart. Now I want to have a map view where I can see the profit of a country. So by selecting at the country and profit here, we can see which country actually earned the most. As you can see, Japan has the largest circle, and Japan actually earned the most in terms of profit, in terms of device sales. So now I want to have a visual for profit units sold per device in a bar chart. So device, then I want to have units sold. So this is how you can see Samsung actually sold the most unit in terms of device sales across the countries. I want to have data labels here for me to easier viewing the data. So by clicking at this second panel here, format your visuals, you can on these data labels and you can see the labels inside your visuals. So I want to put it right here. So I make it smaller, like so. Then I want to add table where I can see country and its populations. Then I want to sort by lowest to highest. So as you can see, even though China has the most population, their device is not that high. So this population can help us do some analysis moving forward. So more data can use as a support for your visualizations and results. So you need to analyze in terms of a lot of angles, which depends on you on how you want to visualize your data. So now I want to put a slicer. So right now I can select which country that I want to investigate. Let's say Singapore. So as you can see, Singapore has the least amount of sales, least amount of profit, and the sales trend is almost identical. And then Japan is for China, United Kingdom, and United States. As we click through it, you can see that Samsung S24 did the best in every country. So this is how you make your visualizations. You can play around with it and visualize in terms of different angle. You can add more data in to analyze more. So this is the way you can analyze data using Power BI. Now that you finished building your dashboard, you might want to publish it. But let's move on to make some beautifications first. So by clicking at each visual, you can click on format your visuals and click general. And this is where you can play around with the visuals inside your visuals here. Let's say I want to have a title where this sum of total profit doesn't look clean and doesn't look nice. I want to write sales profit trend across 2019. And then I want to make it at the middle. And I want to bold it. And I want to increase the font a bit. So there you have it. So let's do the same for all the other visuals. Country profit graph. And then I will also make it at the middle. And I'm gonna bold it. So for this one, I want to name it as total device sales. And this is a slicer. So our name is says country filter. And this one I want to name it as country population. Okay, I want to bold it. I want to put it in the middle. This one I want to bold it and put it in the middle as well. This one I want to bold it and put it in the middle. So you can play around with it. You can actually make a background color for this by pressing effect. When you change the color of the background, whether you want to remain set white, you can do that. Depends on you how you want to creatively design your dashboard. You can also click view and change the theme. So if you very quickly change the color of the theme based on what you desire. And there's a lot of selections for you to select from. So if you want to be quickly having a nice visual, you can do that. You can actually remove the background, change the color of this font so it looks better. So after you design your dashboard and everything, you can actually share it. So when I look at this publish, do you want to save certain changes? Yes. And then I want to publish at my workplace. And you want to select. After you publish it, you can actually click open it up and see. There you have it. You have your dashboard published to your web Power BI Fabric here, where you can actually share it as your portfolio. If you want to go for an interview, you can open up this website here and you can show them. Or you can just open up your Power BI and you can tell them that, this is a dashboard that you built and what are the analysis that you can make from these visualizations. So overall, this is a very quick overview of Power BI and everything you need to know to get started in using Power BI. And of course, there's a lot of things that's not covered here. If you want to have a deeper analysis and deeper understanding of Power BI, I'll go through at different videos. Right now, in this video, this is just a very quick overview of Power BI, where you can get started and do some portfolio for your job. So as always, stay tuned for more of my videos, and I hope you like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. See you next time. Vincent Loo, peace out.